Howdy YouTube, Eznex here with a little update video on the Ezarcher project. I did test spins of the KDE and the Xfce ISOs, and they are up on SourceForge for anyone willing to give it a try. The Archiso package was updated just a couple days ago. With it, a couple changes. Some configuration file changes for mkinitcpio used by the mkarchiso program. Basically, some settings moved from the mkinitcpio.conf file to a .d directory, and that had to be dealt with both in the steps.sh script as well as in the Calamares installer to remove that remnant on an installed system. Another change was the SSH configuration file moved to a different folder. I didn't use it anyway, but I had to remove it from a different place. So the steps.sh script changed a couple places. A little bit of cleanup in terms of trailing slashes. Oops, lost our thing there, screen. There we go. So let's take a look. I already have the steps.sh script up and running or displaying here. I edited back on the 30th of August, even though I just uploaded the spins today. The trailing slashes are removed from these RM statements. Not really necessary and more confusing looking. The SSH configuration file now had to be removed specifically. And also the mkinitcpio.conf.d directory are removed to replace it just a little later in the script here. As part of the etc directory. And that directory by default had a configuration file for mkinit that specified xz compression. I wanted zstd compression. So that was the change there. I'll show you that. In the etc directory, mkinitcpio.conf.d, my modified file specifies zst for the compression. So that's slightly different than how it used to work. It used to be just an mkinitcpio.conf file in the etc directory itself. So little changes like that brought with the new Archiso release 72. In Calamares, as I said, one of my shell process configuration files needed to change. Just needed to remove that at the end of the installation with Calamares, so that's no longer on the installed system. I didn't think it would be confusing to a system, but better not to have it there in the first place. The rest of the script pretty much stays the same. Didn't really change anything else. Nothing had to change. The way this works, if it's not already obvious, and I've been through this in videos before, I start with Archiso's own reling configuration, copy that into a folder that I'm going to use, ezreling, remove all the bits that I know I don't want from the default reling config, and then start reassembling what I do want. Well, removing more from the reling config, specifically systemd units and timers and services, things like that. And then rebuilding the systemd components I do want, placing in all of the configuration files I do want, all of these copy commands copy into the easy reling folder used during the build. So I know a lot of projects actually construct the entire build folder themselves and don't rely on copying in the default and then editing it. I chose this method just because it made sense to me at the time. Still makes sense to me. It's a little more to maintain a build script based around this method, because it would be, I think, easier to script where I would construct the entire reling config directory myself. I feel this keeps it a little closer to Arch, but not really. That's very debatable, if not moot, because I'm editing exactly what I want to edit. Let's go back up here. Is there anything more that's really changed? Oh, another big change. In local bin, USR local bin, I've put back the ezarch install scripts. I fixed the small problem that was there. It was really a problem with, I'll open one up and show you. Let's line wrap it. It was a very simple issue. I modified the packstrap command and took out any reference to netctl or inetutils. Not that inetutils was the culprit, netctl was. netctl being installed this early with this first packstrap command brought in a lot of dependencies. One of them was systemd resolved or systemd resolve conf. And that was interfering or conflicting with OpenResolve. OpenResolve and systemd resolve conf both provide resolve.conf, and you don't install both of them together. They won't install because they conflict. I chose to go with OpenResolve instead of systemd resolve conf, so I had to take out the netctl from the first packstrap command. Doing so cleaned up or corrected the problems I was having with installing network components in my build script, or install script, not build script. So the upshot is the install scripts are back in place. I also included, I did a video just on this, the Firefox install script, so that is now part of this build and going forward. Let's see, what else? Local share. All the documentation, of course, is here. I include new documentation for the ffinstall.txt or txt file to explain the Firefox installer. What else? The install guides have all been corrected to match the install scripts. So everything should work again. Reling configs. I now provide tar packages of the reling configs rather than the folders with the extracted files. It just keeps the, I think it's a cleaner way to do it. If you're interested, you can simply extract the tar files, see what's in them. For this testing release, let's go back here. The only templates I included were the two I built, KDE and Xfce. So if you go to my SourceForge page, the project page, there is a testing folder with the two ISOs and their MD5 sums. You can also get the MD5 sums right here as well. There are new templates, install guides, install scripts, reling config, tar file. The scripts, extra packages, and docs are all new from the previous August 11th release. Changelog has also been updated. The changelog really just shows you what I've been talking about. Let's open up, no, let's not open up that. You can open up the changelog if you wish. Let's see, what else? I think that's about it, folks. Hope you enjoy the new release. If you have any problems, please leave some comments on this video. And take care, stay safe. Bye-bye.